coming up with ideas for content within your niche can be difficult. However, it can also be easy. Although, just because it's easy, it doesn't mean you're actually creating content that's going to do well, right? So I've been trying to figure this out myself because I've been creating content that I think is good and been coming up with lots of different ideas. I don't struggle to come up with ideas, but my idea is just not doing very well. And I thought, how can I come up with better ideas? Is it my content? Is it the way that I'm saying it? Or is it just the things that I'm creating content on? And I thought, how can I solve the problem of me just not getting many views on TikTok and on YouTube? And so I thought to myself, well, I work for Twitch, Amazon, an extremely data-driven company. Most decisions are made from data. And I thought, how can I take that kind of knowledge and understanding and have a more data-driven approach to content strategy? And I started doing it a month ago on my TikTok. And just a little anecdote of data. In my last kind of 35 TikToks, I've had like 16 or 17 do over 10k views, and I've had like 7 or 8 over 100k. In my 60 videos before that, before I started doing like a data-driven strategy and approach, I had posted 60 TikToks and had 1 over 10k, and they all averaged around 1 or 2k. Now my TikToks average 5 or 6k, and every 5 or 6 I get a couple over 10k and 1 that goes near 100k using this data-driven approach. So without further ado, in this video, I am going to break down how you can have a data-driven approach to your content so that you can increase the chances of you basically getting more views and being more successful on TikTok and on YouTube. And just before I go into it, like, I've not seen many people do videos like this. The inspiration came from a guy called Brandon Kane, who has got a book out called Hook Point, and he talks about a data-driven approach, but in a slightly different way, where you kind of get different pieces of content around the same area and get like the highest performing, like medium performing, lowest performing, and try and analyze differences. And it didn't kind of work for me, so I took some learnings from it and adapted it and applied it to my own kind of way of thinking and style, and it worked. So I'm going to go into it. And so the premise behind this strategy is you are looking for other accounts in your niche, preferably ones that are performing well, like getting lots of good views on their TikToks or YouTube videos. You're going to start looking at like, what is it that's performed well for them? What topics have performed well for them? What themes have? And you're going to start to then list these in a spreadsheet. It kind of sounds boring, and this is kind of boring. I posted a video about this strategy on my TikTok, and lots of comments like, it looks hard. I don't want to do that. Yeah, well, like, growing on social media is hard now. And so if you don't want to put in the work, then don't. If you just want to create content willy-nilly, like, you can do that. And this is not to say that you won't have success if you don't have a data-driven approach, but I'm just saying, like, I think if you have a data-driven approach, the chances of you succeeding are a lot higher. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to find a number of people who create content in your niche. And so you're going to create a spreadsheet. So I've just started doing one here. As you can see, I've started to list out some accounts here that are in the streaming niche, their size and their account. And then what I'm going to do is, so I've started with Calientes, because Caliente is a GOAT in short form streaming education. She is by far the biggest account at 450k plus. She has content on all sorts of different topics, and so she is the perfect person for me to look at in terms of what's done well on her account. And this is not me copying her content. This is me looking at the topics that have performed well, which are not her topics. They are generic ones. And this is the same applies to all the accounts. Most people create content on stuff that isn't unique to them. It's stuff that tons of other people have all created content on. So I'm looking to see, out of the 100 things, the 100 topics, the 100 themes that are in my niche, which ones continue to perform well across different accounts. Because if I look at account A, B, C, D, and E, and all of them have this really high performing video in this certain topic, that tells me that my audience responds well to that topic and that theme, and that is what I should prioritize creating content on. Not every video, but I should, if I've got that idea on my list, it should move to the top, and I should think, how can I create a good video on that? So what you're going to do is you're going to want to go on their TikTok account. You're going to want to use the Chrome extension sort for TikTok. You're going to click on start, and what this is going to do, it's not perfect, But essentially what this is going to do is going to rank their videos from high to low, more or thereabouts. It doesn't do it perfectly, like I said, but it's going to put most of the highest view ones at the top. You're going to then want to go through these and look at ones that are relevant. They're not all going to be relevant. Some are unique to the creator, but some are like evergreen pieces of content. Some are generic ones that can be replicated. And you're going to want to start listing those out by topic. You're going to put them by rank, views, comments, and then comment to view ratio. Input the link, input the hook, and then any notes. So just to break this down, the rank is by views. And the reason why I do a rank is because when you build this out for a number of creators, the problem that you get is bigger creators obviously have more views. And so if you then rank by views, the creators that are smaller, their top performing videos might be like far down the list, and so therefore it's hard to actually understand, like actually for them that was their best performing video, but it only did 100k views compared to someone that's got loads of views above 100k. So if you put a rank next to their views, it will help you analyze the data later on when you've got loads of people's data from their account. You can look at comments and then the comment to view ratio. So the reason why you want the comment to view ratio is because this can help you also find topics that maybe didn't perform that well in terms of views, but they had loads of comments. And the reason why it might not have performed really well in views is because the video might not have just been that well optimized. It might not have been that good a video, but actually for the people that it did reach, they were really driven to comment. So you're looking for videos that have high views, like relative to the account, so they perform well. And you're also looking for ones that generate lots of engagement. You want to look at the hook as well, because the hook could be something that you could try and replicate. And then you want to, in the notes section, you want to look at the comments. The comments is so important to look for. The reason being is because the comments are going to tell you what in that video people resonated with, or they didn't like, or they disagreed with, or they agreed with. It's going to give you further validation of the idea and a way of understanding, okay, like what were the elements in the video that were the most important to the viewer? What drove engagement? Because then I know if I'm going to replicate a video in that topic, I need to make sure that I'm doing the things that people were commenting on in the video. And that's super important. It can be super useful and super helpful. So in the notes section, you just want to make any comments after like seeing anything that people are reacting to. What you're going to do is you're going to do this for multiple accounts. Or you could just do it for one to start with and just start creating some of their highest performing videos. But once you do it for multiple accounts, what you'll then be able to see, and I alluded to it earlier, is you're able to see like crossovers between topics that do really well. And then that's where you can start to prioritize what content to create. And like I said at the start of the video, I started doing this around a month or so ago. I haven't got all of the details on the spreadsheet here because I only actually just started creating the spreadsheet, because originally I was just doing it kind of in my notes section, and it was a little bit messy, like writing details from a creator here and there and everywhere, and got a bit messy. So I decided to put it in a spreadsheet. So that's why it hasn't been fully filled out yet. And you can also do this on TikTok as well. This can help you find creators within your niche. So you might just want to like go onto TikTok, or this is what I would do to try and like find other big creators. I would go on the search and put in like streaming tips, maybe go on top videos, and I can see the top performing videos within my niche. This can help me find other big accounts within my niche that I can start adding to my list. And then if I want to find more trending videos, because for me, I can actually produce a lot of videos that are evergreen, that are still relevant, but for someone else, you might just be looking at ones that are more trending. So what you might want to do is go on TikTok, say typing streaming tips, I'll go on like count this month and then apply, and this will show me kind of the most liked videos in the last month under that hashtag. And again, you can do that on your phone and start to figure out like, are there some kind of things that are popping up time and time again, or are there any videos in here that I can replicate myself? And you just want to continue to do this. You don't have to do this all in one go. This is for me, it's an ongoing process. It's something that I put time in to do every week. I don't just sit down and do it all at once. It's just not possible. And I just put an hour to 2 hours a week of like research, basically like finding like what ideas to create content on based off of other people's content doing well. I do still create ideas that in my head, my own, but it's likely that they're not my own. I've just not found any content that's like it. But do you know what I mean? Like if I went through my TikTok and categorized every single thing I did a piece of content on, I would say 90% of it is just stuff that's already been done. So in my head, I would rather have like, my content is not more unique just because I've not found any videos on it or not bothered to find any videos on it. So in my head, I'm like, well, I might as well go and find videos on it so I can just confirm that it will or won't do well, and then try and take snippets from other videos that like I know that will help my video perform better, and I can also maybe try and make my video better or offer different value than the person that I'm looking at. And the same thing you can do for YouTube. So like on YouTube, I'm on here on Harris Heller's YouTube, who's one of the biggest. I would just go on his videos, go on most popular. And again, I'll just be looking at his most popular videos. And YouTube's a bit different because generally videos do better over time. So a lot of these are 2-3 years old, but I'm looking at, can I actually recreate any of these videos? So like, which one of these are evergreen? So like USB mics, top 5 streaming things. I paid a lot of this stuff is not trending stuff. A lot of this stuff is evergreen. It's stuff that I can replicate today with a little bit of tweaking to make it more relevant that could do well. So this is the stuff that you're looking for on YouTube as well. Like, what is it that has done well for creators over the past 2 or 3 years, and like, can it be replicated? And most often it can. Sometimes again, your content is maybe more trending based, and you can't do evergreen stuff, which is fair enough. You can still search on YouTube and kind of use the filter feature to find like what the most viewed videos are within your niche within a certain time period, see which ones are trending, download vidIQ, and that will give you like some more analytics on like views per hour for the videos. So you can then again like start to track down what ideas are doing well and trending, and that can then feed into your ideas list and kind of your priorities list. So yeah, that is kind of a deeper dive and explanation into how I'm deciding what content to create at the moment. I hope this has been helpful. I really think that it will work. I genuinely think that like having a data-driven approach to your content strategy is far more likely to make you succeed than not. And some people again won't like that. Some people don't like associating data with creativity because they just think that they don't go together. But no, you can use data to inform content strategy direction, but then the actual final content and output you create is the creativity. Like, go through my TikToks and tell me that they're not creative. Like, I take ideas and topics that I know do well and I turn them into my own creative idea. So this doesn't put you in this like box of like creativity. It just aids it so that you know that your creativity is going in the right direction, if that makes sense. So yeah, I really wanted to make this video. I hope this can be helpful. I hope this can be useful. If you have any questions on my spreadsheet or anything, or you want me to go into more details about something, just drop it in the comments. I'll try and help. But yeah, trust the process. And I think probably on TikTok, you're probably looking at shorter term results. On TikTok, this could be quite effective like relatively quickly. On YouTube, you're probably looking at a longer time frame just because the stuff is evergreen. I know sometimes YouTube videos take 3 to 6 months to pick up, especially if you haven't got a bigger account. Like me, I've got a small account. None of my YouTube stuff has really hit off yet, but I'm creating evergreen videos that are backed by data that I know have done well before. So I'm just going to trust the process, and I've got good thumbnails, and over time I'm hoping they're going to pick up. But we'll see. I hope they do, and in 6 months time I'll be able to come back to this and go, look, like, this is the approach I followed and here I am. But yeah, like I said, hope it's been helpful, hope it's been useful. Yeah, got any questions, drop them down below in the comments. But other than that, I hope you have a nice day and enjoy the rest of your week. Goodbye.